What is in a complaint? To start, by definition, a complaint is a statement that a situation is unsatisfactory or unacceptable. And yet, major English writer John Dryden claimed that only light sufferings give us leisure to complain, when in reality, almost anything big or small in value can be the cause for a complaint. So what really is the significance of complaining? People complain in order to get a response, to know that their problems have been heard. Here we have a statistic taken from a survey of Twitter users, revealing that 70% of users expect a response from brands they reach out to. And out of those users, 53% of them expect a response from the brands in under an hour. This chart shows that after stating their issue, most people expect a direct response from the party. But even after a complaint is made, not much can be done to fix the issue from the past. The entire reason for a complaint is the recognition that we expect after, to know that there are people who understand you and hear your voice clearly. I'm sure we've all experienced this at least once. At times I get frustrated, whether it be for an assignment at school or personal problems. But holding in my thoughts only leads to more tension building up inside of myself. But once I vent to one of my friends about what's going on, I suddenly begin to feel so much better. But why isn't it enough when I tell myself that everything will be alright? The second I reveal to someone else how I'm feeling, it's as if a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. But should that validation even be needed? It's found everywhere from social media to your workplace, even to your schools. But to start from the beginning, we've been taught ever since we were children to try your best to be polite to everyone. Like this photo, as a child, our parents and elementary school teachers would teach us about kindness and manners towards others. Whether it be a simple please and thank you, or helping up a fellow student who fell off the playground. As we grew up, we began to face reality where not everything is so black and white. The gray area between can begin to call into question certain acts of kindness. For example, an online article by A.J. Frost titled 7 Perfect Responses to Complaints, which includes phrases like, "I'm sorry to hear that, did anything good come out of the situation?" or "Wow, that sucks, but I'm pretty impressed with how positive you've managed to stay throughout the whole thing." But as kind and caring as these words may seem, the article was written to provide people with the power to manipulate others into maintaining good relations with them for their own personal gain. Most of the time, these statements are made just to maintain the peace between two peers, when in actuality, one might care a lot less than they actually portray. Think about it. How many times have you spoken to somebody, maybe an acquaintance, possibly a stranger, but continued the conversation just to be nice? Even as little as small talk could count. And it happens a lot more often than you would think. But why? But why? Not everyone can care about every single person. It's physically and mentally impossible with over 7 billion people living on this earth. On average, Americans will meet only about 10,000 people in their lifetime, and out of those thousands, only 9 will be your best friend. You can't care about every single person you meet, so why do people choose to depend on the opinion of others to validate their own life, to make themselves feel better? You don't know if they truly care about your well-being, and yet people still place the opinion of others on such a high pedestal, towering so much higher above their own. But this mindset has led to even more negative issues. A University of Michigan study published in the Journal of Social Issues found that college students who based their own self-worth on the external validation of others reported more stress, anger, academic problems, relationship conflicts, drug and alcohol abuse, and symptoms of eating disorders. It has led me to conclude that such high desire for validation from other people is one of the main reasons why so many people go through depression and go through stages of depression and anxiety in their life, because they truly believe that they were not worthy without the approval of others. Evidence for this can be found in this graph showing that more avid users of media outlets, including television, internet, and social media, are more likely to show signs of depression. This is because the need for an individual's life to be accepted by others is only fed by the creation of social media accounts like Facebook and Instagram, where the amount of likes you have seem to be more valuable than the actual content on your account. There is no sentimental value on double tapping on Instagram. Putting a like on a photo doesn't mean that you like the person posting the picture, and yet there is a sense of satisfaction in the growing attention that one photo of yours can get. However, this psychological corruption was never the intent of social media creators. Their applications just provided a channel to continue to feed the desire for external validation. So social media isn't the problem. The issue at hand is that people are unable to differentiate the value of external validation versus internal validation. But how can understanding the value of validation impact your life? Basing the idea of yourself off of the approval of others does not reveal your true substance. Your real potential cannot flourish if you are constantly depending on everyone but yourself to measure your self-worth. But accepting yourself wholeheartedly without being swayed by external sources can make it almost impossible to fake who you are truly capable of becoming, since you are determining your own life and the type of happiness that you want to perceive, not what other people believe it to be. So forget about everyone else for once and put the power in your hands. Recognize who you are, not what anyone else wants to see you as. Thank you.